Swadikap. It is no secret that COVID-19 has wreaked havoc on the Thai Indian wedding market and has brought this multi-billion baht industry to a virtual standstill. Hotels are suffering, wedding planners are suffering, caterers are suffering. As a matter of fact, the entire supply chain is suffering. So, when will Indian weddings return to Thailand? And when they come, what problem will they be facing? To answer all these questions and more, MasalaWeds, together with the Thai Indian Wedding Association, have produced a new series of video entitled Ask the Experts. We have invited 3 top-notch Thai Indian wedding planners to come and give us their expert opinion, their views on the future of this industry. If you do have any questions, please feel free to send them to us, and we will try to answer them as fast as we can. For now, let's listen to what the wedding planners have to say. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sharon from Pink Palki.
I'm Kiran from Kiran the Wedding Planner.
Hi, I'm Krishna from Krish Events.
The pandemic has affected us dramatically. Our business is all based on no social distancing, having a great time, having big fat Indian weddings, having people travel from abroad coming to our country. So obviously at this point in time, everything has been halted. There's a full stop, and I think at this point now we have to figure out how to adapt for future weddings as soon as our country opens up.
So weddings have been postponed, have been cancelled, and major sanctions and social distancing has taken part. But yes, at this moment, there are no weddings or gatherings up until this November. Thailand as a whole needs to rebuild the trust of people coming to the country. So they need to regrow and rebuild what we had earlier. So everybody is waiting to see what is the guideline and the protocol that the Thai government is going to set for them before they start planning their weddings.
Something should be out there, a protocol, advisory by the government. So what they are expecting from the guests who are landing there in December. So what kind of certificates, documents they need. And then they want some hospitals which are COVID special hospitals where the patients can go in case, and when they're landing, all the temperature checking, which of course Thai government is doing. In addition to that, the tracing and tracking, they are concerned that whosoever has traveled with them, everybody is logged in at the airport, and they want to know that they can be traced. Whosoever is maybe asymptomatic.
I think that we need to make foreign travelers, which is our target market, Indians from all over the world, feel secure to come back here. And as the ladies mentioned, they need to know what happens when they get here. Are they going to be quarantined? Because if they are, they're not coming. Or when they come here, what happens next? And then when they get to their hotel, what happens should one of them test positive? What happens to the whole group? What will happen to the wedding? Because people are not going to take any chances to come here, spend so much money, spend so much time, and then have it ruined by, say, one person from their wedding party. So how does it work?
In addition to that, I would say, as such, wedding planners in Thailand, we would like a helping hand from TAT, from the government, to bring in more business to Thailand. There is nobody better than the wedding planners based in Thailand, because they know ins and outs of all the properties. And this is where I would like to request TAT to boost our morale, because we can go to other countries. If TAT can promote us, we can go to other countries and bring in more clients, because we can give them the insight into the properties here and what goes on here, more than any other planner based somewhere else wanting to come here and hold the weddings.
Support to wedding planners from India to bring groups to Thailand has been great. But support for local Indian wedding planners who are Thai citizens, who hire Thai people, has not been so great. So I think that it would be great if TAT and the government could help us by promoting us, like Hiran mentioned. They could even do, fam trips to India, take us on a road show, let us show people around the world where all the Indians are, what we can do for them in our amazing country.
TAT does need to promote us also. I mean, we can showcase Thailand better than anybody else can. All the incentives that they offer others should be offered to us also, since we are based in Thailand, and we have also, as a collective group, brought in a lot of weddings to Thailand for Thailand, so that Thailand is one of the top destinations in the Southeast Asian regions for weddings. The new normal is going to kick into the weddings too.
If we are preparing for the next year weddings, our teams like makeup people and mehndi people, when I talk to them, they say, we are prepared. We can wear the mask and the plastic shield. We can wear gloves. We can still do the mehndi. We can still do the makeup. They can wipe off their makeup equipment and wash their brushes with alcohol. So all this is very heartening when we know that everyone is pitching in. They know what are the consequences. So that is what, which is really moving forward, helps all of us as wedding planners a lot.
When you enter the properties now, the temperature control, they're going to check your temperature, they're going to check the hygiene levels. Of course, the hotel is all getting their SHA qualification, which all the hotels is mandatory for them to pass to reopen.
Apart from hygiene and sanitization, I also see a trend of maybe some fun elements to this pandemic, if you can say that, which would be more like, brides wearing face masks that are matching their outfits, or giving, gotapati face masks as a giveaway, or even hand sanitizer gels as a giveaway. Another trend would be to have maybe like food areas where you have immunity boosting foods or something interesting like that, so you could kind of cater menus or do a fun twist to your menus. So that people feel a bit lighter when they've come to the weddings, right after the pandemic or during the pandemic. One more thing I've noticed is that with the brides and grooms we're dealing with right now, who have postponed their weddings to early next year, is that some of them are now considering actually having full buyouts for their wedding, as opposed to having just a part of the property, taking the full property so that it's safer for them in their minds, and then they don't have other people having to go out less. So if any of these weddings had any welcome dinners outside of the property they had chosen, or any pre-wedding photo shoots, it's now going to be done at that time during the wedding, not in other locations, to keep it sort of more focused and more in-house. But hotels are also giving more leeway to clients, giving them more time to sign their contracts. What we've noticed is that a lot of people are asking for more personal, they want phone numbers and of previous brides and grooms to actually have a chat with couples who have gotten married in the properties that they're choosing, which gives them better feedback and actual feedback from couples. Because weddings have become more intimate, they'd want to then stream their weddings live, so that their friends and families who were not invited, who could not make it, who didn't want to come, could then see what's happening and be part of the celebration. Another trend that maybe I could foresee, there's a rise in wanting to have a more charitable aspect to people's weddings. I think there's so much hunger, there's so much pandemic going on, that a lot of brides want to have an NGO-based sort of focus for their gift registry or something like that, which is interesting because it's not been so apparent in the past.
What we are looking at is more sustainable weddings, greener weddings. And we're looking at, if you're using the flowers, we'll check with the clients if they would like to donate it to the old age homes, or these flowers can go to the small businesses who are making incense from the flowers. And avoid using animals, avoid using one-time plastic. So greener weddings. Regarding the inspection, which used to happen that, if they're zeroed down on the properties, couple of properties, they would come down and see the property. Right now, they are looking at the properties. There's 360-degree view online, or there are overviews with the drone camera. Many hotels have arranged, so they get to know the property.
We had a virtual inspection. So the person at the property, the sales team, actually had their laptop or iPad on, and they walked through the entire property, and the client was sitting there and watching it live. They could see what the property had, how the rooms looked, how the venue is. Not something that has been on the internet, but virtually live now.
What we have also done is we've added something what we call is a wedding showcase, where we showcase each property from the moment you enter to the moment you leave with an actual wedding that we have done.
Yeah, and again, digital, that's the only way to go forward now. Destination wedding industry has flourished for several years, and we just want to know internally, when will it again pick up? It's a very seasonal business, so we need to plan in those dates and months in which they are the good dates, the mahurats.
But which countries are they going to open to? As of now, I see China, South Korea, and Taiwan, but we don't have the weddings from there. We have weddings from other countries.
And also, in addition to that, do we also want to put our teams at risk, if there is a risk? Do we want to put ourselves at risk for having these big fat weddings that are coming our way? I mean, Indians are pretty resilient. No matter what, we're going to have that big fat wedding. But, what about safety? Like, where do we draw the line? When do we start thinking about, business versus health? So I think in conclusion, to get back on our feet is something that I think all of us are ready and willing to do as soon as possible. But then we need to figure out, at what cost and, with whose support can we continue.